It's Christopherleonjohnson here. So, what's up? Christopherleonjohnson here. So, I'm about to get some food. I'm a little hungry. Get some food from Pizza Hut. So I just came out my house. I just want to go live because I just came from a rally that covered my press capacity. But I'm really showing support to the people in the district all over New York City when it comes to open street stuff, open street situation. And I want to walk down a block, right? And I'm going to show you something right now. This is my house. This is my apartment building, right? 273 Buffalo Avenue, right? 273 Buffalo. So we walk down the block right now. I know it's Sunday, so look, I know it's like a shithole, but this is where I live at. But I still love my neighborhood. I still love it because this is where I live all my life. So I'm walking down right now, guys. I'm gonna show you something right now. This is why people are really against this stuff. I don't live in an open street, but you start seeing what everybody's complaining about in this district. So down here, you see a motorcycle. But when you go a little forward down the block right here, the city bike rack. So right by my house, there's a city bike rack. So it's 1 pillar, 2 pillar, 3 pillar, 4 pillar, 5 pillar, 6 pillar, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, one occupied with a city bike, 17, one occupied with a city bike, 18, 19, 20, 21. So right here you see there's a smoke shop right there too, by the way. But there's 21 bike racks that had completely occupied a city street that technically 4 to 5 cars could easily park here if they wanted to. But what happens is that the city, with the help of transportation alternatives, made it happen with no real community input. But today, what I saw today at the rally today, it was a great rally today, at Vanderbilt. It's not that far from Underhill. So what happened today at the rally, they was talking about the situation they're going through at Vanderbilt in the context of trying to save a restaurant that's called Mitchell's Restaurant Soul Food in the area that's been there for around over 40 years. And people got to understand what's happening is the reason this is going on is about it's about gentrification. It's about ethnic replacement. It's a lot that's happening. It's a lot that's happening with this open street stuff. The one thing that they never said, I know they said it inside the meeting they had this past last week, was that the organization that's really behind this open street situation is Transportation Alternatives. It's Transportation Alternatives that's the main organization that's behind open streets. The reason they want this is to help push the zoning changes that's going to benefit the developers. That's the reason why they want open streets. But everybody know what's the negative parts of open streets when it comes to disabled people and people that rely on driving to get to their destinations. But the open streets is not that popular in New York. It's not that popular in New York City. All it does is benefits a certain few, and it benefits the yuppies that work hand in hand with the developers, and that's what open streets is about. Today it was a great rally. Let's say it's a big fight that's happening. People told me like, "Yo, yeah, they hate me." Yeah, I know they hate me. The TA people, because I'm fighting back against it. When a few people like me, Raul, and JQ, that's fighting back, and Pastors United, they fight back against this shit. We fight back against this bullshit. Shout out to Pastors United because he gave me the lead for the rally today. So shout out to Pastors United for it. Going forward, it's a lot of dirty shenanigans they do to get the stuff happening in New York City. They bully their way to get the stuff. Through. They do things without community input. They do things without community notification. That's why the reason there was a meeting that we had, Brooklyn had Early this year, the Brooklyn Borough president had early this year, and the Brooklyn Borough president refused to promote the event. He didn't want to promote the meeting. The way he wanted was they was going to push the City Yes plan and only had the Yimbys there while the Yimbys got left out. But what happened was the MTOPP and a few other organizations found out about the meeting, and they blew it up. It got viral, and it backfired on Reynoso. So they had mostly all the Yimbys that was there, and Reynoso had to stay out of the plant. He had to back off because he got busted. But it's a lot that's happening, guys, with this open street stuff. It's a lot of dirty shenanigans that's going on, and it's all with the help of transportation alternatives and open plans. It's mainly two organizations that's doing this stuff. Is Open Plans and TA. They're behind the open streets. TA and Open Plans does a lot of political election. They do a lot of political work. They do a lot of electioneering. And the reason what's going on in Vanderbilt with the council member Hudson going Team Transalt with the open streets is because Hudson know that she's in a district where there's a lot of opportunistic people that have no problem of carrying the wood for Transalt for $148,000, $500. That's why. Hudson is scared of the organization Transalt. She's really scared of them. And that's the reason why she's doing this, because she's scared. She know that the reason she's in the city council is because of Lori Kumbo. And Lori Kumbo for the mayor's office. And Lori Kumbo is not going to turn on Transalt for her. So that's why Hudson's scared. You know, I don't feel bad because Hudson proved to me a lot of times that she has no spine. Hudson proves to people like me that she plays all the sides. And that type of stuff is not good for elected officials, guys. Hudson plays all the sides. That's the truth. People don't want to hear it, but that's the truth. She's not torn. She just plays all the sides. One day she supports the cops. The next day she's against the cops. One day she's for developers. The next day she's against it. She goes where the wind blows. That's what it is. People don't want to hear the truth, but that's the truth. She go where the wind blows. But what's happening with this and I would say right now a lot of people is today they should have said Transalt name. I was there. If I was in that capacity of being an activist and calling shit out, say yeah, Transalt, the organization called Transportation Alternatives. They're the main ones doing the activism, and Open Plans is the organization that's doing the policy. So it's mainly those two organizations that's behind this stuff, that behind the open streets, because they work hand in hand with Rebney. They work hand in hand with the developers. The developers want these streets to be like that so they can help push the zoning changes. That's the reason why. And when you have certain zoning changes, that means they can increase the rent. And they increase the rent on people. People can't afford it. They get kicked out. And that's what they want. They want people to get kicked out so they can get their preferred clientele in. They want those bougie stores. They want those cultural appropriation stores. That's what they want. They don't want the regular mom and pop store no more. They want the cultural appropriation stores that does political electioneering. They want the nonprofits. They want the AT&Ts and T-Mobiles and the Walmarts, the Targets. That's what they want these communities now. No more mom and pop stores no more. That's what they want. They want no more mom and pop stores. They want no more community stores. They want corporations and organizations that's going to kiss their ass and help push the agenda. That's what they want these days. But going forward with the open street stuff, like I said, it's a lot happening. It's a lot going on. You people that are really fighting this open street stuff need to keep on fighting. And my advice is anytime, this is my advice, and I don't care how people take it, anytime that they have a press conference or they have a rally talking upon a push to open streets in your neighborhood, or anytime, y'all need to start calling that shit out. Y'all need to start crashing it. Y'all need to start heckling it, because The reason they feel they can do what they want because nobody say anything. People just let these press conferences happen and let them speak. They bullshit, and that's why they laugh because they, oh well, these people come to my press conferences, they don't say anything. But me, I'll say something. I'll call their ass. I'll scream at them. I'll call them what they need to be heard, what they need and right in front of everybody. I don't care because it start happening. Even you start fighting back because you got to start fighting back for your communities. Press conferences, doing rallies ain't gonna go that so far. You gotta fight. You gotta fight fire with fire. And I'm saying you gotta start heckling those press conferences. You gotta start crashing them out, call them their asses out when they start doing them. That's my advice. That'll be my advice going forward because you start crashing them, you start heckling them, you start calling that bullshit out right in front of the media. Then they start getting scared. Then they see there's resistance. That's the truth. You don't want to hear the truth. That's the truth. You know, how you think that TA ain't doing that much because people like me and Raul and JQ and Pastors United, we're calling that shit out. We're heckling their press conferences. What's up? We're crashing their press conferences. That's why. We're calling that shit out in front of everybody. That's why they ain't doing so much. That's why they're so scared. Because people start crashing their press conferences. People start calling that bullshit out in front of the media, in front of the elected officials, and we call the elected officials what they need to really be told. Then they start shitting their pants. So I tell anybody that's against the open streets, if you see these organizations like Transportation Alternatives, do a press conference or a rally or ribbon cutting in your district, y'all need to start crashing them. Y'all need to start calling that shit. Y'all need to start fucking calling that shit out. Because the reason they laugh at people, they laugh and they act arrogant because they know there's no real resistance. That's why. There's no real resistance. But when there's real resistance, then they start getting scared. That's the truth. They start getting scared when there's real resistance. When there's people saying this is bullshit and there's a press conference of the bullshit and you start calling out, you say it's bullshit loudly. Say it's bullshit loudly. You call it crap loudly. It's facts. But going forward, like I said, it's a lot of dirty shenanigans going on. The bullying, like I said, it's the bullying that's going on too. There's an issue in Greenpoint where you have bullies like Kevin Lachera stalking seven women. And, and nothing ever happens because the elected officials are scared. They're scared of Kathy Parr Price. Kathy Parr Price is the senior organizer for Transalt, but technically she organizes every function that Transalt does in Brooklyn. And she's the main reason this is happening in Brooklyn, guys. She's one of the main reasons it's happening. She's for the bullshit. She's for the open streets. She's for the open streets. She's for everything like that. And she's the biggest electioneer in Transalt. She has all these elected officials scared of her. And people are going to start asking why. How is she the common denominator of everybody that get accused of harassing the people that's against the open streets? Why is she always as the common denominator? You know why? Because she owns everybody that does it. She controls all the activists, and she allows it because she wants the agenda to be pushed, and she knows that there's an opposition that's happening. There's a competition. There's an opposition, and this opposition ain't doing. This opposition is hurting my money, and it's hurting my agenda, and it's hurting my reputation. So how are you going to stop the opposition? It's by intimidating them, by scaring them. So what she does is she recruits these little young people who are ambitious, who are naive, who are hungry to get into activism and politics. And what happens is she pays them, she gives them merchandise, she invites out to parties, she feeds them, she does whatever she's going to do to make them happy, make them feel like they're part of something. But then in return, they got to do something for her in return. And she puts that battery in their back. And what happens is they do what they do. Appease her, pay her back. So people gotta understand this situation, that it's a lot of dirty stuff that's happening in the political world, like especially with the open street stuff. And the reason the bullying is happening because they want this agenda to go through. They want this agenda to happen. Let me turn me on mute. I gotta go 1 second. Let me go on mute. All right, sorry about that, guys. Sorry. So I'm at Pizza Hut. It's audio back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, cool. So I'm back here, guys. I'm at Pizza Hut, about to head back home. Like I said, going forward, guys. I mean, it just some like I said, she does it. She get these young people out here, and she's saying, well, you gotta do what you gotta do to make sure that we gotta to make sure that this goes through. And what happens is these people start getting harassed. The people that they feel that's the opposition, that's in the way of the agenda, starts getting harassed. They start getting followed home. They get doxxed out on social media like Twitter, so-called now X, Facebook, Instagram, even YouTube. They get doxxed out. It's a lot of things that happen, guys. It's a lot of stuff that happens. They get doxxed out, and it's just what it is. They get doxxed out, and it's sad. Why it's sad? Because these are people that should have never had to go through this stuff. These are regular people that live in these communities. They care about the communities. They don't want this happening. They have an opinion, and what happens is they trans off. We have a lot of money on the line because they get a big payout because of stuff. They feel that those people are in the way, so they have to intimidate them. They have to bully them. They have to harass them. It's disgusting, guys. It's really disgusting. Really, really disgusting. What's up, Ruben? It's really disgusting, guys. It's really disgusting. So, people have to understand that this open street stuff is real life. This is not fake. This is not a photo op. It's real life. It's a real battle happening. It's really controversial. And I want to make this clear right now. People invited me out to an event that happened last week. Like I said earlier, I didn't want to go, and I made it clear. I said, look, I support it. I do support you guys being against the open streets, but I don't want to go to that event because when I found out what's really going on with the open street stuff, especially with the disabled people, I understood, and I like to listen, and I like to understand stuff, and I like to sometimes, like, when I understand certain things, I say, I'm not going out to do no more because it's not worth it. So recently, last week, there was an event that the people that ran this rally, they had at a church up in Lafayette Avenue. I got invited out. and I politely declined. Because the reason I declined was because I was there last time. This is way before that kid got killed on Myrtle Avenue. And I'm new media. I like to take photos. And I had a hard time doing my stuff because they didn't want me to take. I was like, all right, no problem. But when I made some calls to people, had some conversations with people related to the stuff, they explained to me that, hey, the reason that they were so anal about people recording and media recording that event and taking photos of people, because people and people that was there, they was actually getting harassed by certain activists of transportation alternatives. And they said Kathy Park Price's name. And they were saying that she was behind the harassments. She was enabling the harassments of those old people. So when I found out about that, I was like, yeah, the same Kathy Park Price that's controlling Kevin LaChera, the same Kevin LaChera that stalked 7 women in Greenpoint, the push for McGinnis Boulevard, right? The McGinnis Street design. Yeah, so I understood. I was like, all right, now I get it. I understand. I was like, you know what? For going forward, I'm not going to go out to that event to do media coverage because it's not worth the bullshit. It's not worth it. And I care about people. And I care about people's safety. So I'm not going to put people's safety in danger. So I'm not going to go out and cover. I'm not going to go out and cover it like that. I'll support the cause, but I'm not going to put myself in that predicament. But yeah, guys, the open street situation, it's a real big problem in New York City. It's a big problem. Nobody in the communities are for it. It's only people that are connected to special interests that are for open streets. And these people got to be called out. But you know how I am, guys. I'm no filter. I will say names on a public platform. Like, I will call out the Jim Rockaways. I will call out the Jack Shabbats. I will call out the Danny Harrises, the Sarah K. Lynn's, the Laura Shepherds, the Kevin LaCheras, the Kathy Park Prices of the bullshit, of the problem. I don't hold my tongue. I don't bite my tongue. The reason that people don't get scared of other people is because when people want to play nice and say, oh, I want to bite my tongue, then they laugh. The truth. They laugh. They laugh when you bite your tongue. They laugh when you want to play safe. When you want to talk safe. Like, oh, well, we could call it, we got to be careful saying this stuff because we don't know. It's not about that. You can't do that when people want to take you out. People want to displace you. People want to move you out your community that you lived there for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. You can't let it happen. You know? You have to ready to fight back. And fighting back don't be meaning that to use your fist. You can always use your tongue to fight. You can always use your mouth to fight back. I don't believe in violence. I don't believe in fighting people. I don't believe in suppressing censorship. Unlike the people at Transportation Alternatives that like to use violence. They like to slap my people's phones. I don't believe in that type of stuff, guys. That's the truth. But, you know, just what it is. You know what I'm saying? You people have to really ready to start saying names, naming names. Because when you start naming names, they get scared. The reason that they get scared of what I do because I name names. That's why. I name names. But this is what it is, guys. I mean, just crazy what's happening with this open street stuff. People gotta start fighting back. Like I said, if you start seeing up, you gotta start calling out when it's there. Can't wait to go. You can't. The fight is not just on social media. It's not just on social media, guys. You gotta take it to the streets. You know what I mean? Like today, they took it to the streets. You know, man, I heard that they went to Hudson's house. I don't condemn that type of stuff. I don't condone it. I don't condone going to any elected official's house, because the reason I don't condone it, because it's not right. You know what I mean? It's not right to do. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. I'd rather go to their office and protest them than go to their house. I'd rather go to their events and protest them than go to their house. So I don't condone anybody going to any elected official house for any reason. It's not worth it. I see it disrespectful. So, you know, the thing is, you people, like I said, today was a great day for that rally. They did it on a rainy day. Some people say, well, they should postpone it. I'm like, nah, you can't postpone that, because Transo and Open Plans and the DOT and the mayor's office, they're trying to rush that plan. They're trying to rush Vanderbilt. They're trying to rush a lot of these open street projects because there's the money behind it. It's the people that putting their money into that those projects. They're deep pocketed and they're deeply connected, and they want that project to go through. So they want those projects to go through all over New York City. So you can't postpone it when they're rushing it, because you might say, oh, well, we can wait a couple more months and do a rally, but it might be too late in those couple months. They do a lot of things behind people's backs. They do a lot of things while people are sleeping. They do a lot of things without people noticing, and that's how they keep on winning. So you cannot postpone anything. If it rains, it rains. If it snows, it snows. If it hails, it hails. You gotta do it, because I believe in this ideology. Tomorrow is never promised. Always do things today, because tomorrow is never promised. So that's how I do things. That's how I live. You always gotta live for the day. You always gotta do it for the day. You always gotta do things. We say you're gonna do it on Sunday, do it on Sunday. Cannot postpone for anything, because tomorrow is no promise. Especially when they rush things on you. So yeah. So that's the truth, guys. The truth hurts. People don't want to hear the truth. You know what I mean? It's what it is. But I support being against open streets, because it's bullshit. It don't benefit anybody but special interest. It doesn't benefit the community at all. It only benefits special interest. So that's what people gotta understand. It's a lot of dirty shenanigans that's happening. It's a lot of harassment that's happening. It's a lot of dirty tricks that's going on. And people gotta start fighting back, because these are your communities. These are your neighborhoods. These are your areas. You know what I mean? Don't let special interest organizations and organizations that backed by a lot of money and corporations move you out your district, move you out your community. It's not worth it. So that's all I gotta say. I'm about to head home. I know it's at like 25 minutes or 30 minutes, but you know, it's what it is. So thank you for everybody watching. I want to vent. I want to make my opinions clear, and I'm not taking anything back. So that's all I gotta say, and I'll take care. Later.